Alright, so right after basics, on to more recording. This is homework practice. Write a cubic function whose graph passes through negative 2, 0, negative 1, 0, 0, negative 8, and 2, 0. Tell me how you use your calculator. So if you're watching this, may God have mercy on your soul. But anyways, you put your x's into list 1 and your y's into list 2. Then you go to stat, calc, and cubic regression. Oh, sorry. First you press stat and choose edit, right? Forgot the first set. So stat, edit. My x's are negative 2, negative 1, 0, and 2. My y's are 0, 0, negative 8, and 0. This thing's going to be perfect, probably. Stat, calc, cubic regression, it's number 6. Calculate. There she is. Y, or I like f of x. F of x is 2x cubed because the a is 2, plus 2x squared because b is also 2, minus 8 because c is x, minus 8 because d is also negative 8. All right, moving on to 81. The instruction set says write the polynomial of least degree whose graph is shown. Do not forget to find a. So we're using a very heavily modified version of intercept form. We also have to be aware of what we call multiplicity and crosses and touches. This guy crosses the x-axis. The multiplicity is 1. In fact, every one of these crossings on the x-axis have a multiplicity of 1. So I'll start this thing off with the letter A because there's always a letter A. If negative 0.5 is a 0, then x plus a half is the factor, which is going to have to be played with. If 1/2 is a 0, then x minus a half is a factor. And if 3 is a 0, then x minus 3 is a factor. Now, this x plus 1/2 can be thought of as 2x plus, I'm having a moment here, can be thought of as 2x plus 1. That's how you can think of it. All right, sorry I'm having a moment here. Because they both generate the same 0. This guy says that x is negative 1/2, and if you kind of did a little math here, so would this guy. He would also say that x is negative 1/2. So they both work. And x minus a half can be thought of as well as 2x minus 1. So this is better. I might have even found a. There she is now. And let's see what the a value is here. And that's where this other point comes in. So by this point in time, you guys should have lots of experience doing this. Everywhere you see an x, you're a 0. Everywhere you see a y, you're a 3. So 3 is a times twice a 0 plus 1, which is 1. Twice a 0 minus 1, which is negative 1. And 0 minus 3, man, I'm tired, which is negative 3. So if I multiply all these pieces together, I get 3a. So my a value is 1. Had you not done this, you probably would have got an a value of 4. But my full equation is just this, because I went ahead and I handled that factoring. Forgive me, I just got hit by a wave of tired. Number 80. 80 has a touch. That's a touch. Multiplicity is 2. There's another touch. Multiplicity is 2. And here's a crossing. Multiplicity is 1. So let's start writing this thing out. I should have left more room for 82, but I didn't. It should be that f of x is a times x plus 3, because if 0 is negative 3, the factor is positive. This one has a multiplicity of 2. That's going to be x plus 2 squared. This one has a multiplicity of 1, x minus 1 squared. Now I need to find the a value, so I get to plug in a point. Everywhere I see y, I'm negative 6, and everywhere I see x, I'm 0. Negative 6 equals a times 0 plus 3, which is 3. 0 plus 2 squared, which is 4. 0 minus 1 squared, which is 1. So attached to this a is a 12, which means my a value is negative 1/2. So here's my full function, negative 1/2 of x plus 3, x plus 2 squared, and then x minus 1 squared. And moving on to 79. 79's got nothing but crosses. If a 0 is at negative 1, then the factor is x plus 1. If a 0 is at 1, the factor is x minus 1, because every time we enter parentheses, we change signs. And if a 0 is at 3, the factor is x minus 3. And again, plug in a point. Everywhere I see y, I'm 6, and everywhere I see x, I'm 0. So I just plugged in my zeros. That's going to give me 6 is 3a, so I have an a value of 2. And my full equation is twice x plus 1 times x minus 1 times x minus 3. Moving on to 78, and then I need to stop because I need to go make some copies. Boy, that's all mingled in there. Touch, 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 touch. They're all touches. Y is a times x plus 2 times x plus 1 because I'm changing signs. Here we have x minus 2.5, so x plus 2.5, which I'm going to clean up. Then we have x minus 1. This would be equivalent to 2x plus 5. Hope you see that. My guess is since I did that, the a value is probably 1. But I'm going to plug in this point. Negative 10 is a times 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 5 is 5. Oh, 0 minus 1 is negative 1. And that's going to be a negative 10 attached to a. So a is in fact 1. So this was it right here. A lot of times whenever you rewrite these funny looking factors with decimals or fractions so that the coefficient on x is a whole number, the a value is 1. But not always. So f of x is x plus 2 times x plus 1 times 2x plus 5 times x minus 1. And that's where I got to stop. So that was 78 through 82, because it's time to go herd a copier.